Live from WTVO 17 and your home team, Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
Here is a live look of the scene as police investigate a shooting in southeast Rockford. We'll bring you back there with more details in just a moment.
And local health officials urge caution against COVID-19 ahead of the Labor Day weekend. Will this change how residents spend their days off?
As flu season approaches in the midst of a pandemic, health officials worry about hospitals being overwhelmed. Experts share advice on how to stay safe.
Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson. We'll get back to that breaking news out of Rockford. Police investigate after a woman is shot.
This happened on Chesterfield Avenue near Samuelson and 20th. Brittany Toulis is live on the scene. Brittany, what can you tell us?
That's right, Eric and Mimi. The shooting happened within the last hour, and this is still a very active scene. There's about half a dozen Rockford police cars here, and I'm just going to step out of the way so you can see the scene a little better. The shooting happened at this house. You can see the caution tape surrounding the house, and there are about 3 police officers talking to a man at the door. I did ask police if the shooter was driving by, if they were walking. They said they could not tell me that information. The 47-year-old woman's condition is also something they couldn't tell me. She was taken to a local hospital. Now, the shooting happened sometime between 4 and 5. Police didn't give me an exact time either, but there are about 7 Rockford police cars here on this street. And police are still kind of canvassing the area, talking to witnesses. They've been talking to the man at the house that's surrounded by caution tape for the last about 15 minutes since I arrived on the scene. And you can see the police cars are lining Chesterfield Drive right now. They're talking. I did ask several questions to find out if this was a targeted shooting, if it was a random shooting, but police said this is still ongoing. They weren't able to give me much information. There are no casing markers on the floor that I can see from where I'm standing, and I did look around a little more. I haven't seen any. Police did not tell me where the woman was either when she was shot. I asked if she was in the garage, if she was standing. They said this is still an ongoing investigation, so there is not much information police are saying right now. The 47-year-old was taken to the hospital. And like I said, police were not able to tell me what condition she was in, whether if it was non-life-threatening or critical condition. That information is still not available yet. I'm going to be following up with this, and I will update you guys as soon as more information comes in. But for now, live in Rockford for your home team, I'm Brittany Toulis.
All right, Brittany, thanks for that live report.
Winnebago County Coroner Bill Hintz and his wife Michelle are out of jail after posting bail. The couple were arrested Thursday. They're accused of illegally using a county credit card. The investigation started back in February. According to the criminal complaint, charges are spread out over about 2 years and totaled nearly $16,000. One case shows car rental, gas, and hotel rooms in Buffalo, New York. They were all charged to that credit card. The Hintzes are due back September 8th.
Illinois health officials announced more than 5,000 new cases and 29 additional deaths due to COVID-19. None of those deaths come from the state line. The big jump in cases is being blamed on a backlog in data processing. The Illinois Department of Public Health says the large number of people being tested caused the slowdown. Officials say the systems have been upgraded, fixing the problem. IDPH says the backlog did not affect how quickly people got their test results back. Local business owners ask residents to help stop the spread of COVID-19. If cases in the community rise, businesses once again will be affected. They want people to come and to eat at their restaurants and shop at their stores, but to take precautions like wearing masks and staying socially distanced. Prairie Street Brewing Company CEO says he had to lay off almost 100 employees going into the spring. He doesn't want to have to do that again.
Right now, I want everyone to think about, the workers that we have, that others have. Going into this fall, it's not looking, if we can stay with the numbers low, hopefully we can keep everyone working. But if we go up, it's going to affect the most vulnerable in our community.
Illinois requires customers to wear masks while interacting with staff to help keep everyone safe.
Boone County offers free COVID-19 testing as the risk level in that community rises. Today, the county's health department reported an 8.1% positivity rate. That's up 2 percentage points from last week. Boone County currently has 69 positive COVID-19 cases per 100,000 people. The drive-through and walk-up testing sites located in the Boone County Administrative Campus parking lot. Testing starts at 9 and ends at 5. Exact dates the testing site will be open will be listed on our website. Just head to mystateline.com.
Flu season is almost here, and health experts fear a double pandemic of flu and COVID-19 could overwhelm U.S. hospitals.
Experts urge everyone to get a flu shot. Trevor Shirley reports while there is an enormous supply of flu vaccine available, the challenge is convincing people to take it.
The CDC says the U.S. will have around 200 million doses of flu vaccine available this year. Now health officials have to convince as many people as possible to get a flu shot.
It's certainly safe and it's pretty effective.
Dr. Georges Benjamin is the executive director of the American Public Health Association. He says usually only about 40 to 45% of Americans get a flu shot.
And if we can get that into the 70% range, that would do a whole lot.
Just this week, parents in Massachusetts protested against mandatory flu shots for students. It's one example of the challenges health officials face this year as they combat the flu and COVID-19.
So having really two big epidemics that have similar symptoms, as well as the way it would tax the health system, would be a real problem.
And to avoid that worst case scenario, doctors are pleading with everyone who can to get a flu shot.
There's a big national effort to educate people about getting the influenza shot.
TV and internet ads like this are part of that education effort. The CDC also gave out $140 million to help states with their vaccine campaigns and recommends everyone keep up with masks, hand washing, and social distancing.
Plus, get your shot.
The CDC also purchased almost 10 million doses of flu vaccine for uninsured adults, an increase from the 500,000 doses it usually buys for that group. Reporting in Washington, I'm Trevor Shirley.
Dozens of hungry customers get their hands on some tasty dishes for the first Friday food truck frenzy in Freeport. Try to say that 10 times fast. The food trucks set up shop in a parking lot across from the Stewart Center. Hot dogs and tacos were just a few items on the menus. Masks were required by both vendors and guests. Residents say it was a great way to kick off the weekend.
I'm trying to do some work at home, but it's not very far. I just thought I'd swing down and grab something.
The next Friday food truck frenzy is set for October 4th.
Local health officials worry the Labor Day weekend will mean a sharp rise in COVID-19 cases.
In Winnebago County, the 7-day positivity rate has been on the rise. Health Department Director Dr. Sandra Martell addressed the issue this morning. Dylan Strachey was there as Dr. Martell gave suggestions to keep you and your family safe.
Winnebago County reported 44 new cases of COVID-19 this morning, bringing the testing positivity rate in the region to 6%. That increase has public health officials asking people to be mindful of their celebrations heading into the Labor Day weekend.
Please do what you can this weekend. Wear your face coverings, maintain your social distancing.
Dr. Sandra Martell is hoping to avoid a surge in COVID cases.
This is my word of caution and warning. Limit your contacts. Avoid large gatherings. Even large family gatherings increase risk. Discourage your college students from returning home for the weekend. Keep them cohorted in their colleges and dorms.
Some Rockford residents, including Tiru Yan, tell me they're changing their holiday routine because of the pandemic. Normally, Yan looks forward to hosting a party for Labor Day. He's disappointed he had to cancel those plans this year.
Every year, so many of my friends and family members will come to my home and we would celebrate this vacation time. So definitely we'll have a lot of fun. But unfortunately, this year it's so pandemic situation, so really it is so boring to sit at home.
Others, like Sonia Close, say COVID-19 won't impact their plans.
Tired of being cooped up and not really concerned with it. It's not as big a deal as it was in the beginning, I guess. So we're not too concerned with it at this point.
Wash your hands frequently, sanitize surfaces on a regular basis, and remember to enjoy this time in our region. Keep it local, keep it small, and we can get through this.
In Rockford, for your home team, I'm Dylan Saraki.
Chicago police say they're taking an all-hands-on-deck approach to keep the city safe over the Labor Day weekend.
Several law enforcement agencies are taking part. All CPD officers will work 12-hour shifts. Days off have been canceled as well. Police Superintendent David Brown says officers will be working overtime to handle the extra crowds and activity. Right now, there are no plans to raise the city's bridges. Police will also monitor social media, looking for possible plans for looting.
I encourage everyone to relax this weekend and have a comfortable, safe Labor Day. Meanwhile, Chicago PD will be protecting you while you enjoy the holiday weekend.
Last year, 41 people were shot, 7 died in Labor Day weekend.
Now your first warm weather forecast with meteorologist Kevin Doom.
A good mix of sunshine, blue sky, and just some fair weather cumulus clouds accompanies this very comfortable Friday evening here in the state line. You can see we have no rain anywhere near the state line as well. We do have a system of high pressure in the Midwest, keeping much of the area dry and rain-free, at least for the time being. Now looking ahead with our futurecast, we'll see a little bit of an increase in cloud cover overnight tonight, though we should remain mostly sunny and dry through the rest of the evening. We could potentially see a couple of light showers, just some isolated showers through the overnight hours of tonight. Now tomorrow we'll see mostly sunny skies through most of our Saturday. We should avoid the rain at least through the day and even through most of the evening as well. But going into the overnight hours, we could see a little bit of rain come on through, but the rain chances kick up substantially as we head into daybreak on Sunday, when we could see some pretty widespread showers and thunderstorms to wrap up the last day of our weekend here, especially in the first half or so of the day. The rain chances then diminish pretty well as we head into the latter half of our Sunday. And this is just the first of many very good rain chances we see next week. In fact, between now and the end of Thursday, most of the state line could expect to see upwards of a few inches of rainfall. And this is very good news for us, considering now a huge portion of the state line is experiencing a moderate drought. In fact, if we look at the entire state of Illinois, over 62% of it is experiencing at least abnormally dry conditions. Over a quarter of the state is currently experiencing a moderate drought, so we definitely need the rainfall. Now here's a look over the Rochelle Airport using our Mercy L SkyTrack, where we have a beautiful Friday evening overhead, Friday evening sky overhead. Temperatures right now very comfortable in the upper 70s to lower 80s. We're at 81 right now in Rockford, 77 in DeKalb, 78 down in Rochelle, 82 for current temperature down in Sterling. It's also very dry out there. Humidity in the 20 to lower 30% range, only adding to that comfortability for our Friday evening. It is a little bit breezy out there, though. We've had a pretty good breeze going on all day. Wind gusts now as high as around 20 miles an hour. They are slowly dying down here, and they will continue to die down as we make our way through the rest of the evening and through the overnight hours of tonight. But these comfortable conditions are going to last through the weekend, but they won't stick around into the next work week, and that includes Labor Day. Very fall-like temperatures are expected to arrive as early as Monday. However, just how cool it will get is still fairly uncertain. That's really for two big reasons. First is the uncertainty in the timing and strength of a very large cold front that's supposed to come through roughly between Sunday and Monday, in the overnight hours between Sunday and Monday. But again, that timing is very uncertain. Then also the pattern of our jet stream, which is going to keep us cool once that cold front comes on through. There's still some uncertainty revolving that as well, but at least for now, Labor Day, it definitely looks to be the most uncertain. High temperatures forecast to be anywhere between the upper 60s to lower 80s. However, following Monday, confidence is very high that we will at least see a couple of days next week where we will fail to escape the 60s. Tonight, we will drop into the lower to middle 50s for a low. Could see a few light showers linger on through the overnight hours of tonight. Now we're back in the lower 80s tomorrow with a good bit of sunshine. Shouldn't see any rain at least through the day tomorrow, but then the rain chances, you can see we see a lot of those in the upcoming week, with temperatures dropping as low, high temperatures dropping as low as the lower to middle 60s.
Quite a few rain chances on that 70 forecast.
Looks like.
Now, the Mapleton Sports Desk with Sports Director Scott Lever.
We have a whole lot of Cubs-Cardinals rivalry packed into our holiday weekend. The two teams will play 5 games over the next 4 days at Wrigley Field, including a doubleheader tomorrow. Tonight, Yu Darvish opposes Jack Flaherty. And the Cubs need better efforts from their starting pitching. Look at this stat. Over their first 16 games, Cubs starters had an ERA of 2.55. Over the last 21 games, that ERA has risen to 5.22. The one constant in the rotation has been Darvish. And the White Sox playing Kansas City tonight. They have Dane Dunning going on the mound. Fred VanVleet and the Toronto Raptors have had some remarkable playoff wins the last couple of seasons. Last night's ranks up there near the top. OG Anunoby sinking a three-pointer after the Raptors inbounded with only half a second on the clock. That win resurrected the Raptors' hopes in this series, with the Celtics cutting the Celtics' lead down to 2 games to 1.
We just needed something to feel good, man. It's been a rough couple of days. We've been pretty hard on ourselves the last couple of days. It hasn't been pretty. The mood hasn't been great, but you just need a little magic, and I thought we played great.
Well, how about Adrian Peterson carrying the football for the Bears this season? He now is a free agent. Washington released him today. He's 35, but he still has gas left in the tank. Peterson rushed for 898 yards last season. David Greenberg and I have another episode of our high school sports show Overtime ready to roll tonight. Catch it live at 11 o'clock on Fox 39, and tonight we will feature Rochelle golfer Megan Thiravong. In our Glory Days segment, we'll look back at Belvedere's back-to-back state football championship teams from the 1993-94 seasons with head coach Vern Pottinger. Both those Bucks teams had some major battles with Boylan during the regular season and also in the state semifinals in 1993. I asked Pottinger what it was like to be a part of those matchups.
Well, that's what made us a whole lot better for the playoffs, I think, because, like you said, those games were so big that, you didn't prepare for the playoffs any different than you did for playing Boylan. You always had to be ready.
Great times. That's sports. We'll be right back.
Let's have a look at our First Warn Interactive Radar, sponsored by Rockford Auto Glass and Mooring. See no rain anywhere near the state line. We're expecting another dry day tomorrow. That does change for next week with lots of rain chances and cooler temperatures dropping into the mid-60s by the middle of the week.
Definitely looking more fall-like. All right, thanks, Kevin.
And thank you for spending some time with us. Stay safe.